Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the last semi-final here at the arena. NRG and ASTRALIS. Moses, you ready for this game? We're going to start on train.
Oh, this is going to be absolutely beautiful. That ASTRALIS we saw yesterday is so dangerous. I am amazed. There is an entire new section for NRG. They are looking beautiful down there with the American flags, and they're holding all the hope for that region.
It is so hyped up right now, competing with that Danish section over at the long side. NRG starting on the T side with ASTRALIS on the CT side. A very, very quick peek down Pop Dog to see what's going on, as they are set up to crunch this A bomb sites from Ivy as well. But that smoke, do you want to try and push past that or just wait it out? That's scary if you go through. They don't have a lot of utility either. A single Molotov there, not much to work. Flash out from Sip, trying to see if he can catch anyone. Magus goes down. That's actually a huge kill on the other side. Zerg now could go for a flank as they're trying to see if they can recover this bomb site. It's not looking good right now for ASTRALIS. Tarek will take down Sip, and that's a 2-on-4. Finally, Device put into play up from that high ground. Going to be taking down Ethan, sure, but the bomb is still planted, and currently no kit has been picked up. They need to find a way to get these kills and get on that bomb very quickly, and now it's all falling apart.
Oh, no!
Oh my lord! That can't possibly be real!
That is a stunning start to the game. I cannot believe Device has just pulled it off.
What do you do?
So many things had to go right for him. They all line up. They all just walk right into his crosshair, and it's 3 headshots.
What do you do if the first round starts out with a 1 in a million play? He should have been dead. There's no way he can't even hide anywhere.
No, he was up top for so long. Look how exposed he is with 17 HP this whole time. So many angles, and look at this lineup. It is so magnificent. And I think that's even his last bullet. How is Device, across his career, continuing to shock us all?
That is an outrageous way to get the semi-final started.
He started the semi-finals in Devon mode.
He truly did, didn't he? He's come here to play. Now the question is, NRG, I mean, that is a slap.
Weaponry in that part of the map, but Device is going to kick things off. The AWP shocking breeze.
If there'd have been a FAMAS or a M4 in that position with the Krieg, he's got a big advantage. So you could understand why he'd want to try and take that peak. But
I think we'll see Device play in that position frequently in this half because of the way that NRG enjoys attacking from Ivy. I think that op is going to be something he'll love to be able to find picks. You can see one player rotating back around from NRG to try and pick up that dropped weapon. Now the flashbangs and utility being used, but it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of strength on the NRG side behind this attack.
Glaive, it's a big pickup on Zerg. That's a couple of rifles gone already. They picked them up in return on the T side, but they're not having the impact that they need. The 2 Kriegs here, as a minimum, gotta get some rifles away from ASTRALIS. Can't let them get off to such a good start. Device will take down Tarek, and they'll finish off the last player as well. And now things are off to a really hot start here for the Danes.
If you're coming into this as NRG and you're thinking of things that you need to avoid early on in this half, obviously one of the top priorities is keep the op away from Device as much as possible, and if at all possible, just don't ever let him get it. And already you failed that. Already in the second round, he's picked up an AWP. He's had a 1 versus 3 clutch. So your game plan has already been shot and ruined. Now it's about recovering.
Back on track. This T side on train can be ruthless at times. And most especially when the CT starts picking up all the Molotovs, the grenades, they can lock down the choke points, and Magus having no trouble at all against the unarmored targets with that UMP. It's going to be just fine. Really a deagle here for Tarek to try and do something with. It doesn't look like there's going to be much of that at all. Stand the last. 3-0 in favor of ASTRALIS, moving into round number 4.
First gun round for NRG after the heartbreaking pistol round. They did buy up in the second, but didn't have everything that they'll have this time. 2 Kriegs, 3 AKs, full nades, full utility. Coming into round 4, but that op on device is the mystery weapon. Where is he going to be with it? He is so mobile. So tricky in the different places he goes. Previously in the outer yard, peering towards Ivy. Now the sole player to head towards the inner bomb site. They're going right at him. Breeze and Stanislaw to challenge again. Pop flash doesn't even work. Will there
instant with the Molotov? Want to make sure no one's going to be able to chase him down.
And this is the danger of device. It's not always going to be the flashy multi-kills, the triple kills. It's that one kill and then getting away. Another kill added on and then moving into a new position. That is just so frustrating to try and deal with.
Look at how far away he's moving. All the way out at Ivy now. So if you thought, oh, don't worry, the opposite B, I'm going to try and check a look at this corner, you'd walk right into it. It looks like they're going to go for a very fast execute. That grenade actually is perfectly timed, lands right on top of Ethan. More than a minute as they're pushing up. Glaive caught off guard. That's a great kill in favor of NRG. And they're going to go for a very swift bomb plant. Sip just holding the corner and waiting for backup to get here. Maybe counting a couple of people. Can't really see much more. That flashbang. I think that's a friendly grenade. Sip turning around and picking up Cirque. Looked like he had his back turned. Looked like he should have been dead already. And now it's a 2-on-4. And I don't know how they hold this bomb site. Eric with almost a hero save at the end. 4-0 though in favor of ASTRALIS early on. Very CT-sided map at times, this one, worth keeping in mind.
This is actually a pretty big defensive set for ASTRALIS to have. If they can be effective in this, all devices damaged, he's going to be forced away. You have to imagine utility going to be used. They heard the dink. Trying to spray and catch him on the exit. But device has safely evacuated. Some utility to help his teammate get out. And that works as well as can be done. It's as well as you could possibly recover if you're ASTRALIS.
It could have got lost over there at Ivy. Could have been in a position where they would have lost someone in that corner, but they've managed to make it back. Did have to spend a fair few grenades that they are now not going to have later on.
Yeah, they did dedicate a lot of nades to try and eliminate device. And now he's moved over towards the inner bomb, so they spotted him towards Ivy. Now he's rotated to watch upper ramp. With his 24 HP, again, just one shot and relocate. Zip up close on top of the trains.
Setting up for it. There's the Krieg in play. They're running through the smoke right underneath. He's going to jump down, and another outrageous defense. 3 quick kills. Think about how confusing that is. When you're the first guy going down, you call it out. He's on top of the train, but the next kill happens from the low ground. All the information you give is redundant about a second later. Great movement from Sip. And now Breeze just nowhere to go here. 5-0 in favor of ASTRALIS.
5-0, and it's a very dominant 5-0. I mean, NRG, you've gone towards Ivy, you've been picked off by device, you've tried to go to the inner bomb site, you lose a 3 versus 1. Now you just get obliterated.
Make sure this doesn't get too far out of hand. Well, we've seen a lot of the sort of, I would say, individual confidence on someone like Stanislaw. We've seen a lot of great tactical calls overall from. Got found, so they have a way to try and create an opening. Because of the grenades, it's very hard to do quickly. Grenade land right on top, and that actually does a lot. Cirque not finding anything with the forward position, but Breeze will get a kill at least. It's not bad at all.
It's the only weapon they've got. He's got to do so much more. Now going to readjust. Two players running all the way down towards Ivy. Glaive is just starting to get aggressive, but he thinks better of it. As Device calls nothing in T-mid. And now he's in position as well. What a read from Astralis again. Much like the Liquid game, they just feel one step ahead. Double kill from Glaive. And the bomb is down as well. And now the smoke, and now Device added on top. And what can you possibly do?
Wow. The spacing between those two players on Ivy means, yeah, you flash the AWP, but then the flashbang goes behind the forward rifle, and you're just going to get shot down. That is, again, an overpowering victory. They've got so much money to work with. 6-0.
And that's the bigger nightmare. When you're on the offensive side of Train, if your opposition gets this much money and you're always going to be going up against Molotovs and you're always going to be going up against AWPs, your options of what you can run just get so limited. And now it's a double upset at Magisk with one of his own. So Device back to Inner. Magisk will deal with Ivy himself.
NRG got the wind maybe taken out of them a little bit early on in this game. They've done the tactical timeout. They've had a chance to calm everybody down, but we need to see the results of that now. And you said, I mean, one of the great ways to get back in a game is to have somebody come up with something really wild. You know, a triple kill in a round, or just a great entry, even running onto a site. Look at where Device is going. Late as well, they flash their way into main. Device is looking at the other side of the map, and Sip will get the refrag. But this means they can keep 3 players in A, because Device knows no one is here yet.
Tough part is Magisk with the AWP. This is the one. If they slow peek this, if they don't just jump out, if they don't flash it, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Cirque does have a smoke to use. That's a perfectly timed Molotov. It splits them up. Cirque has to come through. So much damage being taken. Prime for a double kill. Another one. Another multi-kill for Zip. And it's going to be a 7th round. Another one for Astralis as well. Nothing is working, not even a little bit for NRG.
Triple Zip yet again. Magisk will go down, losing the AWP for now. I'm guessing someone can probably pick it up at the end. 20 seconds, and that's what makes this very tough for Ethan. Otherwise, maybe he could find some space. Maybe he could try and get a bomb down somewhere, but...
And maybe against another team, he'd get given a gift of a mistake.
Yeah.
It's not happening this time. And now he's going to make the footsteps known. Now they know his position. Actually, now they can eliminate him after time, but he's just going to stick the bomb plant. So he will get it down, but there's absolutely nowhere to go. He's zoned in by the AWP on Device. And now... he's dead. 7-0 for Astralis.
Fair play. I didn't even think he was going to get the bomb plant. So, I mean, that's better than nothing. Otherwise, you're absolutely right. They probably would have let him live through the timer. And for anyone new watching, if you're on the T side and you live through the timer and you die afterwards, then you actually end up getting no loss bonus at all. So you just have the money that you have on you, which is a big problem. Well, there's a difference in the fans, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the first ones were happy. The second one looked like he regrets putting the NRG face paint on. 7-0. And if
Saw that comment in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. 7-0, yeah. This is outrageous. I wasn't expecting anything like this.
No, this is, I mean, it all starts, remember, again, if NRG had won the pistol and not lost a 3-on-1, they could be sitting at least 3 rounds right now. Even if everything else failed, you're sitting at 3-4. That could be so, obviously you just feel so much better. Now the pressure is on, and you might have to consider...
Tarek with a good counter opening, but they do line up, and that's a team kill as well. Glaive probably would have taken both of them regardless. Tarek quick to turn around, expecting the fight, but not checking the corner. Device will drop him instead, and now Cirque on top of the fire, and Device will take him down. A quick double, and 8-0 in favor of Astralis. I don't know.
This is an Astralis that is not losing the major. This is a very, very intimidating Astralis.
Yeah, I know Adren was saying earlier they didn't really care who they're playing, but...
You care now. Stanislaw, you mean, yeah.
No, but Adren was saying it on the stage as well after that game.
Okay, yep, that Adren.
Stanislaw might care too, yeah.
Yeah, they're both starting to care right about now.
Oh, this is rough. Wait, they need that spark, anything to get them back. Tarek honestly has been doing a very good job, I think. He looks super switched on, but it can't just be one or two kills. Like, they need something to work out more than just that.
They need to do a better job of trading. The multi-kills from this Astralis defense right now are just off the charts. That's a spectacular shot, and you love this. And he's just going to go pick up the op. I thought he might post up as well for the rotation, but thought better of it. But yeah, if you're Breeze here, don't be shy. Get aggressive. Try and make something happen at this inner bomb site.
There are so many problems to overcome when you're behind like this on the T side, because it's not like we could even really... I mean, I guess the B bomb side is where they've got the furthest to actually go and get the bomb down. So I would almost want to revisit that if I'm NRG, because otherwise, what do they have? In main, they get grenaded. At Ivy, they get shut down. Pop Dog, they haven't really been able to best that either. So they don't even get into like a staging area before they've lost half the team. At B, at least, they're getting the bomb down. It's
the problem of letting that economy grow so early on. This double up and all the utility, as you just mentioned, there's just so many choke points where you can just get grenaded, you can get Molotov. Then when you finally do make it through all of that, there's an op waiting to just pick off at least the first player. Glaive and Dupree have been allowed to sit in this ladder room with impunity, and it is going to tear this attack up if they continue to let it happen. 2 on 3, NRG, the first signs of life.
It's a pretty good job. Glaive also down to 29. If they can steal it away in a round where they have just pistols and a stolen AWP, that's the first step in the right direction. And maybe something will happen from here on out at the beginning of some kind of a landslide in their favor. Sib looking for a headshot. He'll get it too, but he's down to 10. Now it's looking really good here for NRG. And can they find that defuse? Glaive is the one with the kit, so he's going to... Oh, there's Sip picking one up as well, so either one can get it. Cirque will take down Sip, and now Glaive. He's stuck in behind them. Almost an overextension there from Cirque. Glaive turning around, and he's fighting at all the angles now. He's going to get taken down. NRG finally picking up a round here in the semi-finals. Cirque with the triple, and all they had were pistols.
No, shout out to Breeze, though. That initial 1D on Device and salvaging the off, the risk to jump down the ramp and pick that up and pass it over to his teammate. That's the winning play. Everything else was phenomenal teamwork from NRG, but it all starts with that opening pick and the weapon. They've still got a long way to go. I think maybe one of the nicest things that comes out of this victory is the extra cash behind the weapons that Cirque and Tarek were able to bring forward. So at least they won't just be forced right back onto a save if they can't win this. Boost up from Cirque, peering towards Ivy.
And Ethan sneaking out. Oh, the grenade. I was just about to say they made it past the grenades, but Ethan now inside, and he's almost gone. Just trying to get back, but not going to be allowed. And Magus just spotting out the feet of Breeze there. They almost made it past the grenade barrage, and then they walked right into it anyway. Well,
that's preparation from Astralis right there, just straight up spamming that smoke. We saw Ethan in the previous match on Train. He did that so many times, probably 3 or 4 times in their offensive half. And Astralis, they've obviously game planned for it.
Kind of shots he was getting in the previous round, Cirque. They need those. Oh, he sees the gun barrel device. Surely he knows. Trying to readjust for it. That's a dangerous game that Cirque is playing. 50 seconds on the clock, and doesn't look like they know where they want to go.
It goes back to your point from earlier. I mean, like, where can you go? They don't really have control of anything. They're not even in position to attack a bomb site quite yet. Now getting spammed, and Magus is going to be so ready. Smoke to defend himself from one angle. No one can drop down ladder while that's up, so it's just going to delay things. If NRG want to head down here, they're going to have to wait another 15 seconds.
Setting up for a bit of a fake. I think they are going to end up at that B-bomb site.
It's already 2 defenders here.
Yeah, and with 20 seconds, they don't even have to delay that much. 3. Flashback to a little bit deep, spraying through and almost getting the kill. He does get taken down. Breeze with a huge double opening. Now 10 seconds left. He can still ruin this day for them. He's crouched in. He's going to get the kill on Cirque. The bomb will go down, but he takes him down under the carriage. That is such a dirty shot, and now it's on Stanislaw. We've seen a lot great out of him, but he's out in the open, and Glaive will absolutely drop him. Sip with one more triple. I believe that's his 3rd or 4th in the game so far.
And this is not, I mean, it smiles on all the Astralis faces as well. They know how much they are dominating NRG at this moment. And this is where it really feels suffocating. This is where the full weight of the semifinals just crashes on top of NRG. They can't even get into the post plant. By the time they get the bomb planted, with 4 players alive, they have just Stanislaw in a 1 versus 3.
Maybe we should make it clear as well. Even if they were looking good, Astralis.
You don't get to the point where you are held collectively by the community as the best Counter-Strike team of all time and then just forget all of that. Yeah, there's a down period, and they've had a rough year.
Yeah, I guess the question in a lot of people's minds, maybe including myself to some extent, was, you know, how much would it take to rebuild some of that? And you could see the process of rebuilding happening throughout this tournament. And we often talk about this, you know, when do you peak during a tournament? Because it's not so good if your best games are happening in the group stage, right?
Yes.
Right now, it looks like Astralis have timed everything perfectly.
They were known for that last year as well. They've had some sketchy group stages in the past, even when they were on that dominant run, and they always managed to pick it up in the end. And Device, one more time, going to get aggressive. There's the flick down. He can't win it. Breeze has been spectacular. And now they're going to press the envelope, but Zip is there. A good trade from Cirque. Access to B is open as the bomb drops in, and another great chance. If NRG can survive this first half with 4 or 5 rounds, that is going to be so impressive.
Yeah, that seems almost unbelievable. That is very quick reading. That little jiggle from Glaive down there, and now Magus can do pre. Even though you may want to try and hero this one, probably better to not do it, even if they have a bit of money to work with. NRG winning a 2nd round. If they can even get 11-4 right now, I think that would be, I mean, that would be something to work with. They're fighting very, very hard. And again, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, you said it, Breeze on some of these entries. Circus started to step it up. I feel like Tarek has been looking very crisp all throughout. Maybe something is, you know, brewing down there. Maybe something is working.
Well, the 2 rounds they won is when they found that opening pick on Device at the B bomb site. The first was the 1 dig from Breeze. Now it's the Krieg just out into the open. So if I'm Device, I just don't go there anymore. I just say, why even risk it? I've been doing so good elsewhere on the map. So tactical pause for the Astralis side, and they'll talk over how they want to change up this defense. Especially when you consider the play from Ethan, one of the ways that they found entries on this map for NRG. It got shut down. All the plays towards Ivy, that's been shut down. The plays down ladder, those have been shut down. The only opening that NRG's been able to find is really at this B bomb site.
Now what's slightly disconcerting, maybe, we'll see.
He's being sarcastic, Astralis fans.
You haven't even seen half the aggression that's possible on this map out of Astralis, right? They've tried to flash their way in through main, but we have plays here where you triple push that B ramp, you can double push down Ivy. There's a lot that's still open to the Danish side if they want to really try and make life difficult for NRG. Not that they have to switch up a lot, but just if you do that in any given round where they're not ready for it, that's going to feel so deflating if you're on the offensive and suddenly, you know, you get caught off guard, half your attack is gone, and they've been doing that boost a lot, so Device may be looking for it.
Not going to find it this round. There's the utility usage. Tarek found a fight that he likes. Not available to him on the repeak. 4 players lined up. Ooh, a very simple contact-ish play. 1 flashbang zip, not going to get anything, and now they can just hold. And Device, you can see him being patient. He knows it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And ASTRALIS might call for a save. There's a couple players very low on money and starting to really scrape the bottom of the barrel, and ASTRALIS just backs off. So NRG, they're coming back into this game as well.
I don't even know what it takes to even dream of coming back into a game where that's the beginning, but we're learning something about NRG that in itself is cool. And you're right, some of those plays, I mean, you could see Sip, he's looking up for that high ground and thinking, you know what, before they come B, surely they're going to make some noise so that I have a bit of warning, like they'll throw in a smoke or a flashbang or something. And instead, when he knows, is kind of when they're walking up next to him almost. And that's kind of horrifying.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's terrifying. And now, I mean, the nice thing for NRG is they're starting to set up ways to kind of get themselves back and being able to attack the A bomb site. I think all this pressure towards inside, I think showing that you're willing to make a play like that, 1 flashbang and 4 people coming through a smoke onto Zip, I think that's now where if you're on the defense, you have to move a second player into that B bomb site. You have to consider it.
Took them a while to realize, but there we go. 9-3. 13th round coming up now. ASTRALIS still heavily in the lead, still looking very good, but NRG have found something that works. And it feels like primarily that B bomb site is the place where they want to end up, having a bit of a fight towards the end of the rounds. I can't really blame them. Cool setup here as well with Device and Sip, so he's kind of back there, but if you can get a kill and fall back and they try and rush him down, that is going to end very badly for them.
Device switching up the timing on when he peeks in reaction to the flashbang. Hasn't seen anyone just yet. He knows they could have crossed, but taking a risk. He's got his teammate in the bomb site. A boost up there, and may just get tacked down to 6. Device waiting so long for that chance, and he can't capitalize.
Trying to see if they can Molotov out Dupree, but he's going to be instantly out of there. Wants nothing to do with it. Now a lot of shuffling about. Meg is picking up the AWP, went all the way over to pick out for Device, so that makes a lot of sense. Now going to try and find a position where he can't easily get grenaded. That is really the primary objective for him in the round. 45 seconds. Are they going to try and crunch this A bomb site? It's been a little while since they've been here. It looks like Cirque and Breeze are down there at Ivy still waiting. And now 35 seconds. And now I'm getting worried because the bomb is making its that way down to main. They sort of need to move real soon. Yeah, there's so many complications that can come from this hit. 25 seconds. It must be outside. Ethan with the bomb. Here they go, but I mean, this is so worrying. Now Dupree's going to take the advantage, go for a flank. He's got the information. It's not B, but ASTRALIS is rotated everyone here. It's only Glaive. He's got the first. But he does eventually fall, and the bomb site is open for the plant, and Cirque is going to defend Ethan. Somehow NRG have made this work. I couldn't even tell you how. What a call coming out. There's Tarek with an instant headshot, taking down Dupree. And Sip, he's the only one with any real HP right now. Going to try and see if he can smoke off Tarek. I wonder if he'll respect that for very long at all. Meg is trying to sneak in, but Ethan will take him down. And now it is on the clutch minister himself, long range, trying to tap it away, but they're all around him. NRG, with almost no time left at all, they even get caught there over at the brown holes, and somehow they still make this work. Tarek goes down, but it doesn't matter. NRG have found a 4th round, and in really quite an amazing fashion. That's not easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. No, not at all. And how, I mean, what a gritty performance to be able to survive that 9-1 run that was so comprehensively in the favor of ASTRALIS. The fact that they're able to maintain some foothold, some stand in this map is so impressive. It truly is. 9-4. I mean, 4 rounds. We've seen comebacks on Train that are based on that, and even worse. So, I mean, this is the hardest way to get rounds on the T side, is against such a full economy in terms of the defense. Usually it's, you know, maybe you win a force buy, maybe you break the defense's economy and you can gain an extra round off that. This is just 4 really hard fought rounds that NRG has picked up. Love that little NRG cheering section. They're now antagonizing the ASTRALIS side. Yeah, I'm a big fan. We need more out of that. Round number 14 here. You're absolutely right. They've had the most difficult way to try and get around. You're up against all of the utility every single time. They keep having that AWP alive. It is just not easy. Let's see what they could do. We could do it one more time. A 5th round right now. Seems like a miracle. They're quick out there. Tarek to open it up. He really has been great. He almost made it back, but even that is still worth it.
Yeah, you're fine with that. You're fine with the 4-on-4. Look at oh, they're going to do it again. They're being very aggressive with devices. Wise to it. He rotated back so quickly. Now they're stuck. Big win for Cirque and Zipnix. How exactly does he want to play this? One more. They line up for him. They swing into the nade. Finishes off everything. Yes. Astralis is back on the board.
He actually got the grenade kill on Cirque, and then I think that is his 4th triple. I don't know what the record is. Maybe somebody could tell me, but surely in one half, we're getting close to that. How many triples can you realistically get?
It's so crazy how good he is at the defense in this bomb site. You have to say as well, props to Device for booking it back towards the inner bomb site, realizing that contact play, that fast-paced aggressive play on that lower ramp is so dangerous. He gets there at the perfect moment.
Oh, Magisk. Don't even know how he saw that, but he did. Taking down Cirque, a good early start, but Breeze will be there for the return. And they're going to be happy with that. 15th round, last of the half. NRG would give anything right now, I think, for that 5th round on the board.
It looks like Astralis doesn't think for a second that it's going to be the B bomb site. Glaive is the only one watching from CT connector. Zipix is rotated all the way outside, now coming back to CT spawn. It's the bomb on Ethan and Tarek in box halls. They control it for the moment, but with Breeze and Stanislav still back towards Ivy, they have not decided on where they want to end.
That double position between Dupree and Device could get very interesting if anyone ever makes it into main, but if they don't, are they going to get caught off guard? Now Device looking back towards Ivy instead. He's got the right idea, and Sip is flanking around. Their timing looks to be very good right now. Just slowly creeping in. 30 seconds on the clock. The flashbangs are now being set up, and NRG, can they get that 5th round on the board? A lot is on the line right now for them. It's been a very, very tough first half, and it's not letting up right now as Sip is going to be flanking them, but they turn around, and what a turnaround it is! Tarek with a huge double kill, and that opens up everything. They looked like they were going to get shut down from Sip yet again, but he couldn't do it this time, and 1 versus 4 for Glaive here. Again, they have to feed themselves to him right now for this to even be close.
Yeah, you have to try and lose around like this, and I think NRG is going to get their 5th, which is so incredible considering how this half started. They have fought their way back into this map. Glaive has nothing to do, going to turn the corner. It's being watched by Breeze, and he's going to find the kill. What a half from him. Tarek to lead the way, 11-12. It's Zipnix on the other side, 18-8. We've got a brawl in our hands, and NRG have had to fight back into the map. Heading to halftime. We'll return in a moment.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half of the first map here at the quarterfinals between Astralis and NRG. And so far, well, honestly, it looked like Astralis were about to completely crush NRG. I don't even know how they withstood the weight of all of that. I can't understand how they're still in the game. They got 5 rounds in spite of pretty much all of the odds against them. That's a statement on its own, and we'll see how it goes in the second half here. I think it's still heavily favoring Astralis, but if NRG can win the pistol, that would be a lot.
Well, as long as they don't throw it away right at the end.
Yeah,
should have had the first. Here we go. Smoke's coming out, and actually it's Ivy aggression. NRG at least want to remove the possibility of any attack coming from this point. Now they have to get back. Those USPs, that range isn't going to help them whatsoever. Spam coming through the smoke. Some weaker connections, but no real defense being mounted at this bomb site until just now. Ethan, that's through the smoke entirely. Bomb will get planted, but a man advantage for the defense.
Breeze with the flank. Can he win this fight against Glaive? He's really trying, and there is the headshot. Taking down Glaive, a 3 versus 5, as they now are circling the bomb side. The rest of Astralis trying to hold on to it. An absolutely godlike flashbang to take down Sip. And now Debris fighting with the Glock, but they're all in front of me. He's alone, he's lost device. He gets one more headshot, fighting at all of the angles, and it won't matter. Breeze will get the triple, and they'll win the round.
Well, there's the Ivy aggression. We'll feel the hit coming in from mid. Just keep pushing and wrapping around. A massive battle to win against Glaive, or else I don't think there's a possibility. That flank doesn't exist. 6-10.
And if they don't get the kill on Glaive, then they have to cross the bomb site while he's sniping away long range with the USP. That wouldn't be fun at all either.
Also, important to note as well, I mean, if you go back, you'd see it. Ethan was ready with a flashbang to pop flash towards Ivy, and when they felt the hit coming in, he actually saved one of his flashes that he was going to throw. That's the one that eventually allowed them to clear out Dupree and Hell.
We got the very early creeks coming out here on the T side. Oh man. Let's see what they could do. Scout instead of AWP. Remember, Device had that very early AWP right off the bat when they were playing on the CT side, so Cirque having to settle for a Scout. It could still be, really good, especially if there are 2 unarmored targets on this team that can easily get chewed up by that scope, but
I mean, here's the tough part is if this is a full set piece from Astralis, which you imagine it would be based on the utility, Cirque is going to have a tough time managing with the Scout as players stream in, as those Kriegs find angles. He's going to have flashes, he's going to have smoke and Molotovs all in his face.
They're going to triple boost it. They're going to triple boost it with the Krieg on top. Yeah, there's one. A little bit of finesse. Looks like they're not going to find anyone. If Cirque went a little bit further back into his right, that would be all around bad news. Oh, almost Tarek.
They're trying to use that smoke to force NRG into an information play that would be exposed to the boost.
25 seconds now, so they just have to go for it. They walk right down, and that's one hell of a grenade. Flashbang as well to throw them down. Astralis surely shell-shocked after that kind of an entry. They finally take down Cirque, but Stanislaw is doing some work, and that bomb not even planted right now. 10 seconds left, and Clay fighting close. He doesn't even make it off the train, and Magus got to go straight for the plant, just hoping for the money. He's completely surrounded and shut down, and Tarek with a triple kill. And that will be a 7th round on the board now for NRG.
Coming back into this and withstanding the first investment from Astralis is a very good start to this second half. Now inching so much closer, 7-10, up against what should just be Glocks.
Oh man. This is exactly the kind of energy. This is why you should go to a major. This is why you should come to one of these events and experience what it's like in here, because it's really something. 18th round, now starting. Weapons with NRG and the Astralis now. I don't know. I don't think they're really scared yet, but they're not surfing the same way that they were early on in that first half. Well,
yeah, far less smiles, far less laughing. And Breeze, that's a risk against just the pistols. Gonna back away, some spam from them coming out. It's return fire. And as you can see, NRG, the stronger weapons, although that's a huge kill. Dupree finds a frag. That's out towards CT choke point. Z Halls, and that is where Tarek will fall. Now a 1-man advantage for Astralis as they relocate on the map.
Gotta be really quick with the Molotov. That is the perfect timing for it. They sit inside of the fire, and two of them will die, but ultimately they're gonna get the bomb plant down. It looked like maybe Sid could have gone with them. They'll pick up the M4 instead, put up a smoke just to try and buy a little bit more space. 3-on-3 here for the after plant with a lot of grenades and 2 kits on the NRG side. Magus knows nobody's coming from behind either, so they know there's no flank. Sip has already gone down. I don't know how you hold this with just 2 deagles and a little bit of armor. Magus probably setting up for a jump and hoping to take someone down inside of the smoke that's likely going to be set up. And just listening and waiting, running down on the low ground. There's the smoke. I don't think they even know if anyone's in there. There's a kill. There's a follow-up. Oh no, how's that possible? And now Dupree, he's on the low ground as well. And time has run out. ASTRALIS stealing the round away from NRG.
That cannot happen. You can't have your high HP player just running, being the first man to actually try and defend, to be the aggressor. He goes down way too quick, and NRG's attention was split. 1 player on the defuse, 1 player low ramp, and 1 high ramp. ASTRALIS just picks the exact perfect play to make. And look at this. I mean, it's a huge factor that Zip actually makes it out of the Molotov initially on that hit down the lower ramp to even get that bomb plant. If he has to wait that Molotov out, or if he burns alive, I don't think ASTRALIS can actually get the plant and play it like that.
No, they're not even going to be close to winning the round at that point in time, so I think you're absolutely right. Quick grenade, quick down, but we talked about the aggression that's possible over on the B side in the last half. We'll see a little bit of it here now as Device gets a leg shot back around the corner, and he's lucky to be alive. Oh, well, no, he's not. Just cancel all of that as they get 3 kills in a row and nearly take down Magus Dupree, trying to get them back into this round, and that will not be easy.
No, I mean, I think it's going to be close to impossible, but then again, so is the previous round. The bomb being dropped inside. I was just about to ask the question, how many heartbreaks can NRG survive in this single map going back to that first half? And they just respond immediately.
Reset indeed. I mean, they're being put to the maximum test, aren't they? The upside is if they end up taking this map, and certainly if they end up winning the series, nobody's going to doubt them. Like, no one's going to say, "Ah, yeah, but it wasn't, you know, maybe you had a bit of an easier time or anything." Like, no, they will have had to have battled the whole way through. Nothing is easy right now, which is kind of a hallmark of playing ASTRALIS. Every single thing that you're going to want to try and do, it's going to be difficult. You're going to have to fight down to the last second every single time. Ethan running in, and this time, luckily, they only have pistols and no armor, so should be an easy 9th round this time around as the battle continues. What a great first map here at the semifinals already.
ASTRALIS has very much cooled down. A 4-1 run to open up this second half for NRG.
Can you're gonna have to back me up on this one, Jason.
All right, I got you.
Right before we went live, I said that the one thing about NRG that's a little bit curious is that they actually have 2 players that, in my opinion, we haven't seen so much out of, or at least not near their sort of A level, and that's Ethan and Tarek. And that sort of makes you wonder, well, what happens if those players start to play a little bit better? Tarek has been playing out of his mind so far.
Yeah, he's been great. Ethan's still a little bit quiet. We can touch on that in just I liked the comparison there. Ooh, great shot, and he actually tags Magisk as well. Beautiful find.
Oh dear.
I like the comparison that Sponge was making on the desk of Ethan and Rush kind of being very similar, because, I mean, you know, Rush was kind of the X factor for that Optic lineup in the championships they won. Ethan is similar. This NRG team is very, very good. If Ethan is playing at his top level, this team gets very, very difficult to stop. It's a whole different look.
See if they're going to be able to do that. I mean, sometimes just living through a map and sort of, you know, making it last longer than maybe it should have, that buys time for more and more players on your lineup to start to get into it a little bit and start to feel like, all right, because if you just get completely knocked out at a 16-3 scoreline or something like that, you know, half your team might not even really be ready, but now the rest of NRG might be starting to do it. Magus with low health, still taking down Cirque. That is some cold revenge, isn't it?
And if he just takes a step too far forward, he probably burns alive in the flames for that exact feat. That's Magisk, the secondary offer of Astralis, taking on the primary offer of NRG, and he's going to win the next battle as well. It's Ethan who's tagged down to 25. So much pressure being applied to the defense, but no commitment yet from the Danes. And Tarek with the high ground, and we know how that goes. Glaive behind the smoke, spraying as he runs, and Breeze wants to stop this. There goes Tarek, but Breeze is next, and he's found the first.
And Stanislaw on the flank, he goes down. The bomb is already planted. It's a 1-on-3. Astralis walking right onto the side, and they're going to be able to win that round. That looked very clean, and NRG were actually, Stanislaw rotated out of that B-bomb side early.
Yeah.
He was over at Ivy ready to shoot them in the back, and somehow they still just make that all work.
There's still so much space outside that they gave over to Astralis. That defense was sunk very far in CT Con when he died. Tarek was above it. They didn't have anyone at any of the lanes aggressive, so Astralis was allowed a lot of freedom to attack that bomb site and progress down those train lanes.
It's a rough way to lose. You get that early shot with the AWP taking out Device, practically taking out Magisk, and it's still not enough to stop Astralis. At which point, you have to wonder, what does it take? How do you shut them down finally? Only a 3-round difference. There's the grenade. Ethan knows. He turns around, and Zerg now on his own, about to be shot. Oh my god, he takes down Glaive anyway. That is such a magnificent play. And now Tarek down here by that Ivy corner. He's going to take out Dupree. Breeze looking up on top. I think they're sneaking right under him. Yes, Sip is there waiting, and he's actually called a bit of a cancel to this. The smoke is going to fade, and Breeze is moving, and Sip will be a little bit quicker to see it, and that means Stanislaw is now on his own in a 1 versus 2. If he peeks this, he might be dead. Timing, that is very scary indeed. And the bomb there with 45 seconds on Device.
He smoked himself out. And just sticking around, and no one's going to aggress upon this from Astralis. Look how patient. Device with the bomb probably realizes that, especially with the smoke, he's got a pretty safe avenue to get this plant down, but waiting to see the next play from Stanislaw. Zip is providing cover and support. And how does Stanislaw do this? It's got to be fast. There's no kit.
Yeah, it has to be quick, and there's one of way over to the bomb site. The problem is he has no idea where they are right now. Sneaking up behind Device. That could be a quick kill. Maybe that would give him something. And has not picked up the kit in transit yet. And Device right there, ready and waiting. A double kill on Device and a double kill on Sip. And that will give them now a sizable lead. Also demolishing the economy of NRG, 13-9.
That's the thing. It's not the lead that's the worrying part. It's the fact that NRG are just out of money at the moment. This second shot is a thing of beauty. Unfortunately, does not help enough to turn the round in their favor. 13-9. It's one flashbang, a desperate flashbang from Tarek.
It's been a lot of heartbreaking moments for NRG. This time they've got pistols. I can't believe it. Did he not have head armor?
Not at all. Immediate. And now a man advantage for NRG, but they still just don't have the weapons spraying into the smoke. Tarek is there. May just knows it. I think he heard the footstep. Now he's found the kill. And even though it opens up in the favor of NRG, they have nowhere to recover. They have nowhere to go. That gives them an advantageous fight. And I think you save the Krieg. Yeah. Money is going to be such a factor down the stretch. And I know it feels like, in that scenario, it feels like, and you can use it to win, and I might have to eat my words, but this is such a risk.
It is a big risk. I absolutely agree. That one rifle in the upcoming rounds, it could mean the difference. You don't want to be playing that last round with no rifles at all either. Breeze, he is trying, he's looking for it, but they've already spent a lot of time. Remember, they don't have a kit, they don't have armor on anybody either. Smoke goes up, sure. Dupree with a little bit of a shot through his Glaive will take down 2 quick kills. Device will follow it up, and Breeze, this is a powerful round out of him, but too much time has already passed, and now Device is just sitting with the knife out inside, and they're going to get that rifle. 14 on the board for Astralis. It is very close, and I don't know. we'll see if that one rifle is going to be making the difference later on.
That was actually, I am going to eat my words, even though they lose that, because that rifle does so much damage that Astralis is going to have to rebuy so many weapons. This can be a way for NRG to prolong this map a little bit more. If they can win this, that's a dirty fly up the ladder.
That is a truly grotesque shot, isn't it?
But it's 9-14, and you have two members of Astralis after the buy at $0. Dupree's at 450. If you can break them here, then you can close the gap at least a little bit. At least to give yourself some hope. Some feeling that you're within striking distance down the stretch. And that's all NRG is fighting for in this next round.
Well, Device looking focused. Sip has bought head armor in this round, Moses.
That's good. He's learned his lesson.
I would too. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that would quickly. Yeah, I'm not sure what that says, but
it's in Finnish. I don't think anyone knows what it says.
Well, here we go.
Ents fans still cheering here in the semifinals. 14-9 in the favor of Astralis. A lot of utility used outside early on.
It is kind of now or never for NRG. Their money is low. They've put everything into this round. It has to work out. They have to find a way back. Astralis have looked great on this T side. 3 rounds in a row. All of a sudden, crushing the economy on the CT side. And now it's come to this. Pretty much one last stand here. Cirque and Stanislaw inside. Ethan over at Pop Dog in case he could hear anything. Maybe catch the feet of somebody. And the bomb waiting quite far backward. Look how far out they get into Ivy Breeze, though. Great position. Glaive wants to take the fight, but he'll take him down as well. That is, I was going to say, it's scary to let the T's get that far in.
I like that call, actually, from Astralis. That's a change of pace, going for that kind of a play out Ivy. Nice heads-up work from Breeze, who's putting in a stellar game. Ethan in position for a fast flank, and he hears those footsteps. He might choose to just fly up it now. Stan in a battle. They line up for him. He doesn't need to re-peek. He's got Cirque inside the site. He transitions his aim over to help out, and it's beautiful. Device is going to get caught on the retreat, and an AWP is going to get picked up. That'll be for Cirque, and NRG have done it. They stay alive a little bit longer.
Well, wouldn't you know it, the USA chants have made it all the way to Berlin. It's a 14-10 scoreline. NRG are still behind. They have not done it yet, but at least they have closed out the economy on the Astralis side. That should be a big leap forward here for the NRG team. And I mean, right now, maybe they could bounce up. Maybe they could get, if they could just get to 12 rounds, they're within striking distance, I think. Then it starts to become more likely. But Magisk, absolute destruction brought down on Cirque with that deagle.
What a time to deliver a shot like that. NRG has been so resilient and bouncing back from devastating losses in this map. And this would be so crushing to lose this one. There is no bouncing back from that. Just pistols, now there's a Krieg, there's an AWP as well. And it's almost like if you're Tarek, you're forced to be aggressive and forced to take a risk in that fashion. And another one, he's tagged down very low. Has to be careful.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to make a play. I think that's what Breeze was trying to do over on the other side too, you know, just trying to bring it back to some sort of stable situation. I like this position from Stanislaw. Sometimes, especially if you're a man down and you all go to low ground, you forget to check the high ground, you can just spray everybody down from that position. So it makes sense and it allows for 2 people to be out in A. But this is, I don't know. Surely this would be the last heartbreak, wouldn't it, for NRG on this map? There's only so much you can take.
So much you can take before you just collapse, before it's all over. Tarek is going to be out here. Ethan is flanking towards the inner bomb site for information, and it is the worst time for this play to be coming out from NRG.
Only 15 seconds. Is he going to be able to do anything? You can shoot under that carriage, but he's not going to try and risk that. Instead, wants to sneak out. Nobody looking down from Pop Dog. They make it back around the corner. He's been spotted, and he gets taken out by Dupree. And there's the kill on Ethan. Device over in main. Stanislaw, no chance at all. Dupree will hunt him down, and that's 15 rounds on the Astralis side. Such a big second half for them here. I mean, the first one was already good. 24 kills on SIP. He is quite far ahead of everybody else. Only really to Breeze otherwise in the 20s. But
I mean, they just had the wrong read on the situation. If Ethan's in ladder room to help Tarek when that outer hit comes in, that's a powerful position. But you can understand, with time running down, they wanted to know what was coming. They had to find out exactly what hit Astralis was going to have. But another Deagle round won by Astralis this late. NRG's got to go at a 5-round run to force overtime.
At the current pace, that seems almost impossible. They've got the same setup, and SIP, he'd read that. He was ready. But Breeze, quicker and maybe a bit more accurate with that M4.
Look how quick the response is, though. Oh, the jump from Dupree, that's frustrating. They just trying to find anything and opening into this bomb site. Utility being used, they're still patient. He's got a good foothold, and again, a lot of space for him to work with. There's no one from NRG in the outback. No one there to try and fire from a new angle, so he's going to slowly encroach upon the bomb site. Good kill on the Tarek, that's the shotgun. A follow-up as well, the heads are exposed. Double kill.
And that gives a lot to Astralis. Megis again being a very resourceful player. Glaive, he sees that from Ethan. Just trying to shoot him under that jump could have been dangerous. And Device has been waiting this whole time, hoping for a peek. He just wants one more player, and he's going to get it for free, taking down Stanislaw. I think they'd forgot about Device at this point in time. And now what could they do? A UMP and an MP9 to try and save this one. A bit of damage onto Device, but he's back around the corner, and he's got the bomb. And he's going to make his way over to the other side of the map with Glaive now. No,
but this plays exactly to Astralis' strength. So much time on the clock that they've been able to find a couple of these kills to even things out now as well. AK and AWP against two SMGs that are grossly out of position. I don't know if you can recover, and their heart is going to sink if any piece of utility is used that gives up the game. Plant comes down, and a 2-on-2 for the map.
You peek that, Device so quick, taking down Ethan, hardly anything showing, and it was Breeze that had the smoke that maybe they could have used to get out. Otherwise, I don't think this is going to be possible at all. Breeze walking right into it, and Astralis winning map number 1 and taking down NRG on train. That is going to be a great way for Astralis to begin the semi-finals here in Berlin. Remember, that was NRG's map pick, and that makes things all the more heartbreaking. This might have been one of the more soul-crushing games they played so far, NRG.
Yeah, it absolutely is in terms of the ways they lost some of those rounds, especially the start. But you have to remember, if I'm NRG's coach, the first thing I'm saying to them when they get outside and talk between these maps is look at the way that we were able to hang on in this map despite everything going wrong. Yeah. You started out 1-9. You lost a 1 versus 3. Zibnik's had so many multi-kills on that defense of that inner bomb site. You withstood all of that to make this a game down the stretch. That's what you have to harp on if you're NRG. And it's not a great consolation prize, but anything to make you positive into the second map.
Yeah, I mean, if they win the pistol in the first half, maybe some things switch around, maybe it's a little bit better. Jason, you got something you want to talk about?
Nah, you know, listen, the only North American team left in the entire tournament. We're all supporting them today, whether you're Cloud9, whether you're Liquid, whether you're Complexity, whether any organization you support. Today, at the major, it's all NRG. That being said, we're going to a break. We're going to come back with the desk afterwards.
dope. Hand me the dope now. Last on the road. How long can I cope now? She dance on the pole. Try to make me lose control. I wanna go. She want the clout and she wanna show. It's all that I know. It's all that I know. Nah. It's all that I know. It's all that I know. Nah. She wanna go. She want me to lose control. It's all that I know. It's all that she knows. Nah. It's all that I know. Driving on the street, I lose control. Make my world go spin. How much do I take? How much do I get? I'm tryna live. She tryna take. I'm tryna give. She wanna take all of these drugs with me and smoke these nugs with me. She drains my love from me. I'm tired of social media. Our society's competing, and nobody even knows. I need a smoke. I'm feeling low, so just save me. This nightmare's crazy. I think I'm drowning, cause I'm so wavy. What's blue like navy? Oh baby save me. This was so crazy. Framing me for not remaining the same me. I need a dope. Hand me the dope now. Last on the road. How long can I cope now? She dance on the pole. Try to make me lose control. I wanna go. She want the clout and she wanna show. It's all that I know. It's all that I know. Nah. It's all that I know. It's all that I know. Nah. She wanna go. She want me to lose control. It's all that I know. It's all that she knows. Nah. I need a lighter. It's a fire. No one invited. Nah. Getting higher. Getting flyer. I'm on a flyer. I wanna flyer. Nah. I'm a fighter. Been a soldier. But she a liar. But I still hold her. I think I told her. They want my soul now. Getting low now. Getting shows now. Been on road now. Empty the door now. Hand me the door now. I'm on the road now. Nah. Yes, it's not, man. What if I sell my soul to the devil now? Well, I gave me some brand new metal now. I'm tryna go pedal to metal now. I smoke that weed and get so mellow now. On my mind, temptation, tricky situations. On my mind, temptation, tricky situations. And she just gon' lie to me, she ain't gon' right for me, I don't know. Every day lie to me, that my reality, I cannot go on. What's feeling me, clearing me, steering me, healing me, feeling me, I don't know, I just wanna blow sure, know that I roll, I want a fan base, find my place, find your place, make this place just a better place. I wanna roll up and drink what I want, I wanna fly in the sky when I devil now. Well, I gave me some brand new metal now. I'm tryna go pedal to metal now. I smoke that weed and get so mellow now. On my mind, temptation, tricky situation. On my mind, temptation, tricky situation. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind now. All that time, all that time, all that time now. On my mind, on my mind now. All that time, all that time, all that time now.
Cause if you sell your soul, you get the money in the life of life. What about the love of this life? The positivity, and the joys, and the toys, like for real, like, are you living and die, or you dying to live? You get all these things in this life, but what about life after death?
What if I sell my soul to the devil now? Well, I gave me some brand new metal now. I'm tryna go pedal to metal now. I smoke that weed and get so mellow now. On my mind, temptation, tricky situation. On my mind, temptation, tricky situation. I remember the first time that I met you. I remember the first time that I met you. I remember the first time that I met you. Granted me, I was a fool, stuck up on the moon. Hit me up on my telephone. Told me that you wanna see me, you wanna see me. Rock me, running through my mind. Together we be timeless, so that's the timeless. Rock me, running out of time. Said how we be timeless.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. We're ready with the game here. Second map going to be coming up in the semi-finals. It's ASTRALIS and NRG, and it looked like the Danes are going to be starting on the T side. Jason, how do you feel about that?
Well, I feel just fine if you're ASTRALIS. I mean, you have had no issues yesterday against the best team in the world, just running over that defense. So this actually, I mean, in some way could look like the easier side.
What's happening?
This is insane. All 5 players in the staircase. Here we go. They just got to turn the corner. No idea that was coming. And importantly as well, NRG does not show numbers. It's just the 2 players that they've spotted still.
I've never seen this before. I mean, for just a second I thought, are they not live? They restart the round. Dupree gets absolutely overrun. Now they've seen numbers, but how do you call this if you're ASTRALIS? What do you do at this point?
Well, Device is doing the only thing you can do. Get an advanced position at the A bomb site. The bomb is too far away to really fully commit to it, but Device, if he gets into bank, this could be a slaughter. He might have just called checkmate.
Yeah, this is huge. He can hear them running right behind. He's ready for it. Turning around. Cirque actually checking it. That's really something, but they're still going to lose that fight. And now it's on Device just to buy time. The bomb is down on the other side. They've actually thrown them for a huge loop here.
I love this. This is what makes ASTRALIS such a beautiful team to watch play. What a call. Device with that aggression, and leave him alone. Let him play for himself. Trust him to make the right decisions, and you found a free bomb plant on the other side of the map. NRG is completely fooled. Bamboozled, I'd say.
Yes, they have absolutely been bamboozled. They're going to get the kill on Glaive regardless. Now the flashbang, we've seen so many of them on this bomb site for ASTRALIS when they were playing yesterday. A shot somehow lands there. A lot of damage on Breeze. They do need a smoke, and they have one for on top of the bomb, but he saw that. No, he didn't. No. He doesn't have the lineup. They're defusing inside, but still, the kill comes through. That bomb is still active on the floor. Device, now the knife out, and Tarek trying to run away. Oh, ASTRALIS, they found their way through. They win the pistol.
They've done it again. Device, what a champion to find that kill in the smoke. All the damage. Thanks for that. That was you.
You beautiful human beings. That's really made my whole year at this point, so I can't even tell you, but why is he stealing all the pistol rounds, Device?
No, that's the thing. I mean, you thought Train was so heartbreaking, that 3 versus 1, and this one hurts as well. NRG, despite playing that was such a cool pistol round from them, and it still just gets snatched away at the last moment.
A boost to look in, and that Molotov will at least force them back. And got to be careful they don't get caught. They do have armor on 4 out of 5 players on the NRG side, so they could put up a pretty good fight here, even with pistols. 2 of them with 5.7s. And that single scout on Cirque, looking over at Long. But they don't really know much about what's happening, and they're going to be falling back Ethan and Breeze back into the B-bomb site. See if ASTRALIS are going to go and reclaim that part of the map. Flashbang and a quick jump out. Setting up for the smoke up at the sniper spot. I feel like they're just going to commit to this. Device is on the other side. Bit of a counter smoke, in fact. That's pretty good for Breeze. That's excellent timing.
Yeah, but Glaive just did so much damage through that smoke, and I don't know if they can hold on. There's the flashbang out. Good kill from Ethan. He's still alive. 28 HP. Spam coming through. Sanazal hasn't spotted anyone. This is a much slower take onto the B bomb site. The smoke is going to be confusing, and San in a new position. He can't even find that kill. Dupree recovers with a MAC-10, and now Device is in position. A double kill of his own, and a 2-0 start to the half.
You have to assume that NRG will have been spending a fair bit of time looking at those B executes that ASTRALIS were doing against Liquid on this very map, trying to figure out, are there any safe spots to stand? Is there any way you're not going to get Molotov then flashed? I feel like if you fall back into that grave in front of the bomb site, that's bad news. You almost have to take the fight a little bit earlier up, if possible.
Yeah, well, exactly, if possible. That's always the caveat. Device, blinded by the flashbang, gonna back away, throws out a nade stack in return, and Glaive could be under pressure. I don't think he spotted Cirque, but that's an easy one. With the flames at his feet. At ASTRALIS, remember, they just overran Liquid at this bomb site yesterday repeatedly with different timings, different nade setups. NRG has to be very cautious about that, and I mean, it's such a tough line to ride because if you're If you too much try and defend that, if you devote too much of your resources to the B bomb site, the rest of the map opens up for Astralis.
Some pretty good kills coming through in this round, all things considered. Not sure there's much left now for Ethan and Breeze, except just maybe staying alive and getting a couple of exits, but ultimately not going to get close to the bomb at this rate. Still doing the best that they can, and 2 kills is definitely better than nothing. Astralis will find a 3rd round though, and that is, I mean, what was it, 8-0 in the beginning on Train before they started to do something?
8-0 and 9-1 run.
It's rough.
That really can't happen again.
No, if anything, but surely you would imagine that the NRG players, all of them now, pretty much warmed up. Like that can't be an excuse on map 2, right?
It can't be an excuse on map 1, if I'm completely honest with you.
You might be right.
Not in the semifinals of a major. We'll see how this first gun round goes. The desk highlighted Cirque, how important he was going to be for the defense with that AWP. He's got it in this first round, and he's going to get aggressive. Smoke is there, and he's blinded, forced away, and back to the B bomb site we go for Astralis. This peak, this boost, when Liquid did it, it kept them alive yesterday, but they bust up that stack before it really gets a chance to do anything. They line up for Ethan. He's aggressive. This was a player they were missing on Train, and now he's delivered in the early stages of round 4.
That's a big double kill, and they would have had a kill, I think, with that stack, so it looked like they were about to give away an early advantage, but instead, it's looking good. Magus got the entry down at Monster, and that's a bit of a theme that we saw yesterday as well. This time, not fitting the shot quite early. Tarek coming in, took a long time, but Breeze will take on Sip, and that'll clean up the Danes on the B-bomb side. Very nicely done.
That's pretty close, though. Look at the danger in that. Look at Glaive just coming in with a UMP and a couple flashbangs. He almost was able to open that side up. If the second defender hadn't rotated onto the ramp, they might have been in real trouble. That could have been a double kill in an open B bomb site. It goes the other way, though, and NRG survive with 4 players. The op still in Cirque's hands, and another very powerful buy. 4 Kriegs coming in for Astralis.
5th round. Orb still in the hands of Cirque, and he's going to be falling back right away. Does not really want to stick around. Bomb still dropped back in T-spawn for Astralis, so they just want a little bit of info early on, maybe want to see what's possible. In fact, Glaive and Magus, they did this to Liquid all day yesterday, so they just think, let's try and revisit it. Maybe NRG can't stop us. Maybe we are just too good at entering this bomb site. Breeze, though, putting a pretty hard stop to Magus early on in the round. Still 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and they're still trying to fight this one, but they're not having the same impact right now as Astralis. The rest of them now regrouping through the monster tunnel, and some great counter grenades are coming out from NRG. They're really slowing them down. This is what you need to do.
That's exactly what Sean mentioned. You have to save your nades, you have to use counter nades, and that's exactly, NRG has just proven his point right here. They've slowed down this hit, and Astralis has already used so many of their own nades. What more do they have to move forward? Breeze just tearing them limb from limb. A triple kill so far in the round. He was spectacular on Train and continuing it here. And it's only a matter of time for Device. NRG 2 rounds in a row, and the defense has held early on.
Oh man, you love it. 2-3 right now. 6th round about to commence. But proving early on something that Liquid just could not manage. And shutting down, well, both Magus and Glaive over there.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that's the thing already. 2 rounds they've shut down these hits towards the B-bomb site. I don't even think Liquid matched that in the entire half that they played on the CT side. Impressive from NRG. Tarek now changing up his pace, wants to take the fight forward. This op, though, it needs to recover. Cirque's in trouble. Pistols out. Device with the follow-up, but Stanislaw, this position could recover everything for them. Oh, if Breeze goes down here, it might be all over. He's not going to check to the right. He checks to the left, and Glaive is not going to get a free kill. What a spin. And there's Stanislaw. Traded off, but we're in just a wild 2-on-2. And considering what was brought into this by Astralis, they're going to be happy with it.
Yeah, and if Breeze doesn't somehow check behind him, that's a 3-on-1 instead for Ethan. Now he's got the Krieg sneaking into the corner to Breeze. He's got the right idea. He's checking it ever so slowly. Oh, walking forward the wrong direction. He's not checking it. And that's going to be the kill with the bomb. That's a big one. It looked like Dupree was looking for it, but he gave up a bit too soon. Now Sip walking in, instant shutdown. And now 50 seconds, 1 versus 1. Now Breeze knows where Sip is. I'm not sure if Sip has any clue where to look for Breeze.
I think the problem is Breeze also knows it's Zip he's playing against, and at this point with his resume, that's got to make you a little bit nervous.
35 seconds and walking back in towards bathrooms. He's going to have the right idea. Big off angle, and Breeze almost throwing the round early on by not checking the corner, surviving on 7 health with a double kill. And that will give NRG a 3rd round, tying it all up. I mean, those are the kind of heartbreak rounds that they were losing left and right on train.
Yes.
If they recover even half of those rounds, this will be a different map for them.
Starting out so well, they take some economic damage, losing 4 players in that. So Astralis has to be happy with that deagle buy. Still the AWP on Cirque, and again more aggression down into the stairs. The boost over for short sewers. There's essentially 4 players heading in this direction. Device might be challenged by either Tarek or Ethan, but other 4 members of Astralis ready to go through Monster.
They want to do it again. They're going back to that B push, even though it's been defeated a couple of times. So this time more counter grenades coming out, and they kind of give up on it early.
No, I like what Astralis does, though. We saw it yesterday also. Glaive and Mages just kind of going in for a contact play, maybe 1 pop flash from a teammate. But once they feel any pressure, if they feel like they don't have the fight, they're just bailing out. They're not risking everything on it. And now they can move across, and they're going to have to use some utility early to clear out towards playgrounds, towards Picnic. But now they can spread across the map, and that's likewise going to spread NRG's defense.
55 seconds. Kind of running low on grenades on that NRG side. That last smoke just being used, and that's a huge problem. If the bomb goes down on A towards the restrooms, you actually really need a smoke to defuse inside of. If there's even 1 or 2 players left down there, that's always scary. Tarek flashed through, but they're so ready for it. They were looking into the wall, half of them there. They saw that coming a mile away. Question is, can Cirque make up for it? He's got 0 kills and 4 deaths so far, so now would be the time for him to really step it up. 23 seconds, they're pushing it from long as well, and they're going to peek him from the forward position. He's low on health already, and he's going to get killed by Device. Now Ethan here, it's a 3-on-5, 13 seconds, the bomb not stopped yet, and I'm not sure if Stanisław could do anything to actually cancel that out. Doesn't look likely. They might just have to back it out of here. It's not going to be worth it, is it?
No, not at all. Cirque not able to find a clean fight. 4th round from Astralis, and Glaive taking these guns away would be everything. Breeze just holding the angle, going to find the headshot, and I don't think Astralis, with that signal, with them already in those kinds of positions, they're going to back away. They're not going to hunt any longer. Good win from Astralis, a straight up set piece. Neutralizing the information play from Tarek, and then marching into that A-bomb site. Again, as we saw in train though, NRG defense, perhaps because they were putting so much attention early on at the B bomb site, they're give a lot of space. We saw it in the train yards, now we see it here. Astralis is able to march all the way up long, all the way pretty much to bathrooms before they encounter any kind of a resistance.
Look at the kill differential right now on NRG. Breeze at 12, then it's 6-3-1-0. So, I mean, it's good news that Breeze is playing this well, but somebody's going to have to help him out pretty much right now.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, especially when you consider the fact that now low on economy, I think Breeze might be, I mean, he can drop over an AWP. Cirque can straight up buy one, but I mean, the person you're going to have to point to is Cirque with that AWP. How effective. We know the AWPers on this map can be just so impactful. I think one of the big problems Cirque might have in this half on this defensive side at the A bomb site is if those B hits keep coming in from Astralis and they're successful, what a difficult situation to rotate into as an AWPer and have to try and retake.
A little bit of time here, technical timeout. So we're gonna have problems, somebody's mouse or keyboard or something. Maybe he's not enjoying the in-ears at all. What can you say?
Yeah, they don't, some of them are painful, Anders, when you wear them for a long time.
They come with different sort of cup sizes, don't they? You can change them out.
You have to imagine at this point, pro players using the fully, like, molded in-ears.
I know Big Clan were doing that. So so that was one of the themes. I don't know if how many other people have adopted. They probably should if they haven't.
Yeah.
But yeah, seems like the countdown is resumed. And we're going to get back in the game. 8th round. 4-3 scoreline right now. Slightly favoring Astralis. They are on the slightly weaker side. Or did they cancel it again? Maybe they did.
I think maybe another timeout being called. But yeah, freeze time, we're going to chill a little bit longer as we look through the beautiful
scenery.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, sort of a German map, this one. Just because we're in Berlin, you know. All menus are in German.
Hell yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
8th round. I don't know. Cirque with 0 kills. I realize he hasn't had many opportunities with that AWP, but that is going to really have to change, isn't it? Well,
I mean, I think what's really scary about it is this is a map, you know, obviously NRG facing elimination. If you're at 0 kills at the start, what you have to fight is that feeling like you need to overextend to try and make something happen for your team. That's where things really get dicey if we start seeing them be too bold, overextending, being too aggressive in certain scenarios. So if you're a teammate of Cirque right now, just pat him on the back and let him know that he's going to recover. All 5 players from Astralis. Well, on this half, good kill from Breeze through the smoke. And it's kind of crazy that they run this so frequently, as we saw yesterday as well. You're almost calling the bluff. Like, you're not going to push long and discover that nobody's here.
Well, if they tried it at some point, NRG, they might find a lot of success with it. But you're right, it does feel unusual. There's a peak opening for Clay, but he's not going to get it at all. This is one of the things that just worked so well for Astralis. Maybe that's what they're sort of remembering, romanticizing maybe a little bit even in this game.
I think part of the problem is Breeze is on fire and he has a Krieg, which is like the perfect weapon to counter these plays that are being made from Astralis. That's a luxury that wasn't had by the defense, but Device. What a perfect position to be in. Stanislaw watching for that exact peak.
Oh, it's close. He sees it. Device, very, very heads-up play. And now Ethan, wishing desperately he had some backup down on this bomb site. Molotov going to force him back out into an open fight. He can't see anything at all. The flash bangs, but that's Cirque with the opening kill of this map for him. Still a 2-on-2, trying to spray right through the floor, but he can't get that kill. And now, no bomb plant. The bomb is miles away, in fact. Dupree all the way back to pick it up. That's very odd. Device, can he stay alive? They're very low on health. They can't really even hunt him easily.
That's the benefit. They can't be aggressive, and I think actually they've just called for the save. I think Tarek's backed off. Cirque as well is now heading away. Tarek could be trying to go for a flank if Cirque is still investigating these smokes, but this HP is going to make things so difficult, especially with Device's positions. I don't see how Cirque can get out.
Oh, mistiming. Dupree, well, he's going to get it anyway. Sees just a foot there, and Tarek never saw it coming. Maybe there could have been something there, but now it's all about saving the orb, obviously. A 5th round for Astralis.
Those flashbangs from Astralis are just so well orchestrated. The entire time Device is looking for those fights, is looking for the head of Stanislaw. Those flashbangs are popping just on the other side, perfectly on the other side of the pillar, so they're not actually blinding Device. But the faith that you have to have in your teammates to throw that perfectly if you're Device, what a well-oiled machine Astralis is. 2-round lead.
They get to save the AWP, but that is about the best that we could say right now for the American side. This is looking really rough at the moment. 5-3. The fact that Device checks that in that fashion, you're right, this is the kill with the flashbang. Can he get aggressive enough, Cirque? Is it worth it to try and take a risk? They're going to try and see if they can boost him over. Now remember, in the past, the Astralis actually have double and even triple grenaded this position. It doesn't look like they're going to do it now, but just a word of caution almost.
Well, this is where they have the understanding of the economic situation. This time they do go over to Playground. This time they do put Glaive at the fountain. Making sure, as they realize that perhaps Deagles, perhaps Scouts, just half investment, that's usually when something crazy happens. They want to make sure they're not caught off guard by any kind of push from the defense.
Cirque at least got the shot through the wall there on Magisk. Now they're going to be boosting to look in the other way towards Connector, but I think they've missed their chance for now. Breeze up close, listening to the footsteps, wanted to catch somebody off guard, but that's not going to be possible. And now Stanislaw could get a quick headshot. In fact, he does, but The USP not quite powerful enough to take him down, and Dupree is just on the hunt, but he's going to go down. He'll regret that instantly. Giving up the AK-47, Cirque gets dropped by Device. He saw the gun barrel sticking out and took him down through the wall. And I think that was their chance otherwise. Now it's going to be nearly impossible. A great flank here from Ethan, but Tarek is still out. And again, these guns are important to NRG.
Yeah, just, I mean, you're going to try and go for it, I guess, for the moment. Stanislav sticking around to see if he can find anything in Ethan as well. Going to be able to recover a weapon eventually. The question is, how committed are they to trying to make this happen? These kinds of rounds, just, it's not a high percentage win against Astralis. They don't make mistakes in man-up situations, or at least very rarely. And this is probably the smarter and more conservative play for NRG. Obviously, trying to play the economy game down the stretch. But it'll be a 6th round for Astralis on the T side of Overpass. The attacking side.
Yeah, that, I mean, this is already a very good start. That AWP not recoverable either for NRG, so that's a bit of a shame. But they get the Krieg and the AK-47. It's something to work with. As Astralis are now getting even further ahead. Economy for NRG. Saving those 2 guns actually is really huge for them.
Well, you talked about the disparity in kills earlier on the NRG side of things. Now you have Breeze up to 14 and Ethan at 7, but it's a steep drop-off after that. 1, 2, and 3 on the remaining players.
Yeah.
Just not a whole lot of output coming in.
See what they could do. Cirque setting it up. The flashbang though. Coming out from the other side, very, very late peek. I would have said that is dangerous. Imagine if someone is walking up the side there, maybe could have caught him off guard. Device almost able to do it. In fact, he will catch him. Coming back, he was wrapping around the playground instead, and he caught him just in the last second. That's an amazing shot, and now they're going to be falling even further back. Tarek, he's in trouble, and he goes down to Glaive. That is a huge change of pace over on the east side of the map here for Astralis, and it absolutely catches NRG.
Yeah, and they can do whatever they want now. They have complete control of the situation. Breeze is the only player at that B bomb site. That's actually where the bomb is as well. I think they'll at least maybe sacrifice Glaive, see if he can push forward, find you another kill, and that would just win the round based off that. Ethan trapped, has to go for more and can't win it. Now Breeze starts rotating away, and at the same exact time, Astralis starts pressing the attack on B. Breeze turns around, but he's out of position entirely.
He's coming back into it. He has been a monster, but they're back at the A bomb site. This is so ridiculous. The calls that are coming out from Astralis, they're just on a whole nother level, aren't they? They just know what's happening. They don't have a minimap, but it sort of feels like they have.
The double fake, like and how well it's composed and how well it's executed, that's disgusting. NRG doesn't have a chance to get back into these rounds, so if you're relying on clutches to win for this defense, they're not even getting a chance to go for it. This is what, the 3rd time we've seen them save? 4th? That's going to be a 7th round and a 4-round lead for the offense.
It's working out remarkably well right now for the Danish side. They absolutely seem like they're back. I mean, individually, we've seen some crazy things coming out here, but the calls in the middle of the round just completely reading NRG like an open book at the moment.
Well, if you're NRG, one of the ways to stop that is you cannot get picked off. Obviously, it's much easier to outcall and outread your opponents when you have, what, a 5-on-3, a 4-on-3, whatever it was when they're making those calls.
Yes.
Cert can't go down that early. Tarek cannot get picked off afterwards as well. They mismanaged that retreat. And part of it, I mean, you're right, it is a change of pace from Astralis. They did a great job of catching that defense off guard. This is going to slip away from NRG very quickly if they don't get started right now.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be quick this time. They're going to throw those smokes all the way behind. Look at the wall that's going to be coming up, and they're right on the bomb site within seconds of the round starting. Stanislav with the FAMAS. He gets a great double spray down, and he almost gets the 3rd. It's so close. Vegas will take him out, but it's still a 3-on-4, an immediate bomb plant. Breeze with the long flank. Ethan with the slightly closer one. This is looking winnable here for NRG. They must have all of the remaining rounds. They need to make this 8-7 right now, or they might never make it to that grand final. Sip Ready, but is he ready for Breeze, who's walking in right behind him? Tarek goes down. Breeze, you have to put in play right now, and he doesn't check the corner. I think he was stuck under the stairs, and now it's on Cirque, jumping down in a one-on-one against Glaive, and he does not have a kit. How is he supposed to do this? He's scoped up, just being shoulder pick, and oh, Glaive, that's so cruel. Taking it down with a double at the end, and ASTRALIS will pick up another round, 8-3 on the board. And horror again for NRG.
Glaive, man, was in his brain.
Yeah.
He was shoulder peeking that all day long. That's exactly how Cirque likes to play those situations. Get on the bomb, scope up, and wait for the full-blown peek, and Glaive knew it. Makes him look silly. ASTRALIS making NRG look silly at the moment. 8-3. Just pistols and SMG on Ethan.
Decent timing on that shot, I guess. But you're right, the pistols here. We've seen ASTRALIS win round like these. Now NRG, that would be a great time for it, wouldn't it? Get a couple of deagle shots long range. Do something to bring yourself back in this game. Cirque will go down. Man. I don't know if it's because ASTRALIS have found, rediscovered this level in themselves, or it's also sort of, unfortunately time for NRG that they're not playing like quite how they were 2 days ago.
I think finding out how ASTRALIS got back to this level is going to be one of the most fun stories to explore after the major, because this is craziness, and it's almost like they had to reset a goal for themselves. But so much confidence, so much skill. Another bomb site just pried open.
Yeah, this is really something. Sip will go for a bomb plant. No risk at all of anyone being nearby. And Breeze and Stanislaw, I don't know, maybe you spend a little bit of this time trying to figure out what is the plan here.
Yeah,
I mean,
go hide in a corner and have a chat.
Yeah, have a quick conversation.
Burn all your timeouts. It'd be great if he could find this gun. Missed opportunity there. Good kill from Breeze. Needs more. Device and Zip close by. Another headshot for him, and Breeze can't do more than that. So impressive. Such clean deagle shots, but Stanislaw, he would love to keep this utility, love to keep this armor. I don't think it's going to happen. Starting to get spammed. You can see the bullets coming through.
Oh dear.
Holding strong in position.
They'll make it.
Yeah, no one from ASTRALIS is very dedicated to take that gun away.
What do we make of the fact that it's 9-3 in favor of ASTRALIS and Breeze is out fragging everybody on the server at 16-7?
Yeah, that's frustrating, I would imagine, when you hit tab as Breeze. I mean, also, I think one of the big other things is, 6 rounds in a row for ASTRALIS? 5 of them have been bomb plants.
Yeah.
Like, they get into the bomb sites whenever they want. They have had no issue in this streak.
Yeah, all access pass to that B bomb site especially. Even when they're losing some of the early fights down there, it just doesn't even matter, does it?
I mean, the first 4 rounds of this 6-round streak that ASTRALIS has had, NRG has saved. 2 players have just had to bail out and not even go for a retake. They've just had to save whatever weapon they can get, and that's mental. That there's 4 rounds essentially where NRG is just like, we've been beaten so well that we can't even fight. We can't even go for a retake.
Tactical timeout being called by NRG, and you could absolutely understand why. I mean, we had this conversation not that long ago on Train about what kind of leadership it takes. How do you bring a team back? I mean, it all still applies. Breeze, he's playing out of his mind. He's trying his best to bring everybody back on board. Now somebody has to join him, and it sort of feels like it might even almost be too late, but they have to give it a shot. Blowing over the door, that is a big signal if you're the pre that something is up. They're going to be flashing their way through. They're not even scared a little bit, are they, ASTRALIS? They knew what was there, and they take the fight anyway.
When this game is over, the first thing Cirque is going to say to his teammates is that he felt so useless on this map. He has been getting flashed, he has been getting spammed, he has been getting attacked. He has never been able to feel comfortable. And again, encroaching towards the B bomb site, Glaive. They just behind him, this time from sandbags. It's so frequently been through Monster and a different point of attack here, but still, 3 players for the NRG defense. They should be able to handle this.
They've got a great setup for it. Still some grenades left now. Here comes the ASTRALIS push. They made it past the first fight. There's Glaive to open it up, and he's even just shooting around the corner. A quick double kill for Glaive, and Stanislaw, he can find no safety at all on the bomb side. He goes down to Stanislaw. Cirque low on health, picking up Glaive with a shot. And now at least the Molotov onto the side, just trying to make it hard to stay there. I think it lands inside of the smoke, and Dupree with the kill on Tarek, all on Cirque, and he's just trying to get something done. Hiding inside. Does he dare take the shot? If he doesn't miss, if he doesn't, he's dead already. And there's the wide peak coming up from Dupree. ASTRALIS now up to 10. These aggressive pushes. It's so quick.
It's the heads up, and it's the focus of the team. Even that 2-on-2, Dupree's in a really tough spot. There's a player coming down the stairs, and he even checks and clears that. An immediate headshot there. ASTRALIS can do no wrong at the moment. And what a way, what a heroic effort from Glaive. Spearheading that attack, getting brought down very low, very early, and still finding the entry kills needed for his team. This is a disturbingly effective T-side from ASTRALIS, not just today against NRG, yesterday against Liquid.
Yeah, for sure the shockwaves are being felt throughout the community right now. Nice shot from Tarek, should be a quick double the max 7 to take down Magisk and Dupree. But now, this late in the half, you can't help but have sort of a feeling that it just might be too late. It might be at a point where even if you get 5 rounds, you're not going to be celebrating that much. You're not going to feel like any kind of victory. Stanislaw will get Glaive at least at a 2-on-4. Device is sneaking around. Nobody catch somebody off guard, tapping away, but Tarek is now hitting shots. A 3rd kill for him. And they're going to catch Sip. He does get a single one there. Save the rifles. You desperately need them, even winning the round.
Yeah, Zipnik's goal, even if you can't win, find the kills. Any kill you find. Remember, there's only 1 round left in the half after this. Every frag you get, every elimination onto NRG takes away nades they can use, takes away a kit perhaps, a smoke that's going to let you have a bigger opening. And here we go, a little bit of surfing style points as well. Breeze can't hit the shot. Surfing robots, Anders. This major's had it all.
Yeah, they're really upgrading these AIs, aren't they? Still gonna go down to Breeze. Tarek with a nice triple, starting off the round with a double max 7 kill. 10-4, 15th round now. I don't know. 5 rounds on the CT side, if they can get that. I mean, we thought Train was an uphill battle, but this is worse.
Well, this feels like there's no hope. Train, once the fight began for NRG, like they clawed themselves back into it, and it started to look very, very nice for them. This is cliffhanger, holding on for dear life by just your fingertips. And Device almost finds a pick there on Cirque.
But they did something you mentioned much earlier in the game, which was they are pushing sort of, I guess he went through balloons, but still getting here early to try and limit ASTRALIS and their Cirque. Taking down Glaive. A bit of a start here. And look at the position. Ooh, Device. He should be dead, and he will be. I think you had it right 10 rounds ago, Moses. Now Ethan caught jumping, and it's so unfortunate. Breeze, can he bring it back? He's been the rock of this team so far. 18-8. In spite of all of the damage that ASTRALIS are outputting, they'll finally bring him down, and Sip with the entry on the bomb side.
Surely not.
Can anything stop this team?
Surely not. What a position for Dupree to be in as well. This is going to be near impossible to flush out. There's only flashbangs. There's no nades. There's no Molotovs. Dupree, he could be the closer of this half. I don't know how NRG deals with him on the retake.
Bit of a jump, bit of a flashbang. So you can see, how does he get out from there? Oh, Tarek with a headshot. That's beautiful. And now Sip's in trouble, and a lot of it, he can't make it out. They will have the kit on Cirque, so very good news. They're going to go straight for the defuse, even on Tarek, and a 10-5 at the end of the half. Something finally worked here for NRG, but it was not easy.
And it was far too late. Only 5 rounds of the defensive overpass. ASTRALIS proving to have a very deadly attack here. Heading into the halftime break, 5 in the favor of the Danes. And if NRG can't come back, they're going to be gone from the StarLadder Major. We'll return in a moment.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second map, second half coming up. It's Astralis and NRG, and it has been a devastating first half once again for the American side. A 10-5 lead for an Astralis that honestly look remade at this point in time. I don't know how they've done it. It hasn't looked like this throughout the tournament. Even if they have looked good, this is something else.
This is like when you get it, like, you know, you play one of like the Madden games and you get to play like the legacy teams that are like the best historical teams of all time, and like Astralis just came in here and they'll be like, yeah, we're going to play as 2018 Astralis for this playoff stage, and they're just steamrolling everyone. 10-5. Pissed around, all important for the NRG attack. They haven't had a good start to any of these halves, it feels like, in this series so far. They must have one now.
Surely Device can't steal another pistol round. Dupree, just tiny little dots out in the horizon. Heads of NRG that he was trying to tap away, but doesn't want to stick around forever. Instead, falling back. Device and Sip now running up to that corner, and that's going to be dangerous. Oh, they're boosting right into them. They're stuck in the corner. There should be no way out. Surely they can overpower them here. Device goes down after a single kill, and that's a big win already, but Dupree's there to bring it back, and it's still a 3-on-3. Can they time that? They have flashbangs, but they're not using them, and that is so dangerous. If he could have got a kill, then there would have been time. Now the long-range flank coming in. Megas gets one, and it's all on Glaive, and he's just trying to be clever about it. They're moving a bit closer, and they absolutely knock him out. Stanislaw with the final kill. NRG with the pistol. That is the first sign of life right now for NRG. I mean, it's a very faint one, but...
Yeah, that pace that they attacked along A was actually kind of cool. That completely threw Astralis off guard. I'm not sure why Device thought that no one else, Device and his teammate out there, thought that there was no chance NRG would be there, and you could see Tarek is fired up. We saw it on Train as well. He was performing very, very admirably on that first map. They're going to need more of that. He's up to 10 kills here on Overpass. So is Ethan.
Still trying to eat that microphone.
Doing his damnedest. Eat that microphone, perhaps like an ice cream cone.
And whatever it takes at this point. 6-10. The question now, I mean, the NRG that we saw from earlier in this tournament, it felt like that's it. That's the spark. That's going to roll the comeback. That's what it takes to get back in the game. This current version of NRG, you wonder, is it enough? Glaive with a single kill before he gets taken out. Device, yes, you can shoot through that wall.
Dupree's going to get aggressive towards long A. The defense is shifting. Device with one of the scouts can jump over the boxes and get information. It's Dupree who's going to be a bit more on the hunt. NRG kind of shrink back away from both of the bomb sites, not ready to attack or commit to either one just yet. Device now rotating over towards B because of Dupree's position in bathrooms, but it's going to be all on him.
Oh, they're making a lot of noise, Cirque. Dupree's hearing this, turning around, ready for the headshot. And back in case there were more. He's going to be, if he smokes it off, he could get that gun. But even the time of people, there's only 30 seconds, and they do run him down. They need to do that very quickly. 27 seconds now as Magus drops the bomb in bathrooms. Oh no, it's falling apart. This is a catastrophe for NRG. They can't let this go so quick. The free fire is through. 18 seconds. They finally get the kill, but think of the time that's left. They're running back to the B bomb site. Astralis, they've read this already. The scout is up here. They can't make, if they can't make it past, they're done. There's a shot ringing out. Can he make it through? Sip down on the low ground. The bomb, it will be planted. And he no-scopes him right through. It's all on Ethan. Oh my God. He's back around the corner and smoked off, but to his advantage, they have no armor and just the scouts on the other side. He might have, will have a chance. They don't have a kit either. This is actually looking winnable. There's one tag through as he sprays a little bit too much. And now they're on the bomb. They have to hold it down. Ethan, it's all on you right now. He tries to guess the angle. It's a long time, and Sip with the headshot. Oh no!
If you don't laugh, you're just going to cry, but Astralis is so incredibly efficient with whatever they bring into a round. I have never seen a team so good with so little. And again, Astralis,
they're not content just to beat them, are they?
No, they must shame them.
They must, yeah. They're really making this hard on them. I mean, there are so many ways that you could lose a match, but I feel like NRG have taken just the most gut-wrenching approach so far. Every time they get a lead, it backfires. Now, there is a team kill and then a Tech9 kill follow-up from Cirque. Device standing his ground. Calm down right now, NRG. Make sure you don't lose any more players to Device. It's not worth it, but he is going to take down 3 before they get him. I think they could have done that better. Again, they have Molotovs. They could Molotov him out. They could flash him out. Anything but running at him.
It's obviously very flustered at the moment. I mean, you can notice how ASTRALIS handles those situations. They are much more patient. Just bide your time. Let everyone calm down. You don't need everyone to just throw bodies at the situation. There are smarter ways to get over those obstacles, and at the moment, NRG isn't thinking through them properly. Way too rushed, and I think that's part of that is the pressure of the semifinals. Advanced position for Zip is going to be an easy kill.
How many corners can you really check at that grenade? I mean, why not? It actually lands on his feet, and the flashbang Zip. I mean, just making it look easy.
It's not even a fair fight. It's like you're going to eat a nade, you're going to take 40 damage, and then you're going to be blind. 12-6. And that was, I mean, that's a 3-on-5 that ASTRALIS just recovered from and have a pretty comfortable win.
And I think, I mean, unlike some of the previous rounds, I think that is the cracks showing now in NRG. Those are the stress fractures that are just, you know, growing inside of the team as the full weight of ASTRALIS are crushing them right now. I don't know how else to put it. 19th round, and the Danes are 4 rounds away from being in the grand finals. Meg is taking down Stanislaw. It's only blocks on the other side now. Nice double peek, somehow winning that fight against Device.
That was a very awkward fight for me. Didn't like that whatsoever. Matt just wants all of it, though. He wants the battle. He's going to get the first, continues the spray, and he even turns around.
He had that mapped out in his brain, didn't he?
Just such a seamless sequence. And he's going to get the ace. He wants all 5 kills. He wants his shot at glory. A former major MVP would love another.
He has been playing out of his mind this tournament. It's not impossible that he could get it.
And he called it. He called it before the event even began. He started the boot camp a week early, an individual boot camp that he put on himself before the team got together. Yeah, and when I read that, I was just like, oh dear God.
What a tryhard. Showing up for school early.
This isn't matchmaking.
Getting good grades.
We applaud tryhards in competitive Counter-Strike.
It always has been a weird insult, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But, yeah. And again, Breeze, 21 kills, in spite of the fact that they're so far behind. I don't know how nobody's joining him.
He's still leading the server.
After all this time. He's trying to drag his team, kicking and screaming, back into this game. Feels like they just want to go home at this point, but he won't let them. I can't even actually imagine what it would take to bring this game back for NRG.
I'm not sure either. Obviously, I mean, actually, all things considered, NRG with 6 rounds, losing 3 in a row, they've got the money for ASTRALIS in a decent spot to just completely obliterate the economy, but it seems like such a tall ask for them to even get 1 round win. Here we go. Pop flash, Glaive is blind. A taste of their own medicine, perhaps. They stream out, and there's the first kill for Breeze. Zip, he's going to try and hold on. He gets blinded as well, but him and Matt just combined for 2. And now the Molotovs, now the counter utility comes in once they're safe. Trying to hold NRG back, and they just keep reaggressing right through it. Ethan now lost in the smoke. Magisk is not. Only 6 HP, but still shooting headshots.
Still lethal down there. I don't know how Ethan got lost in there. I thought that was the perfect move. I think he actually had the right idea, but I only didn't see a replay of that. He's out of the round now, and now it's on Cirque. He's going to get one, but he has no idea that flanking all the way on the side, Meg is seconds away from taking him down. Cirque, he's sandwiched in between the 2 remaining ASTRALIS players. I don't know how they're dodging each other. There's the kill from Cirque, but right behind him, Dupree. Going to be walking in. Cirque has the bomb. He's ready, but not ready enough. Dupree will take him down. And ASTRALIS now at 14 rounds. It is all the time so close.
They handled it so well. They kill the initial attackers. They take out those first 2 players who are meant to take over the entry fragments to get into that bomb site. And then the counter utility comes out. They're not trying to directly counter and return flashbangs during the execution. They're waiting until they're safe, till there's no one pressing into their faces. And obviously another masterclass from Magisk.
Man, I wonder if Ethan got called back, if he bumped into the wall, or what happened there, because once you make that choice, I feel like surely you're all in. The underhand flashbang could have done a lot. Dupree utterly blind and still picking up the kill. Goes for the re-engagement, taking down Tarek. The floodgates have opened right now, and NRG are being washed out of this server. Device will finally go down over at the other side of the map, but does it even make a difference?
Ethan with the P250. It's Cirque and Breeze who have to deliver something in this round, but they're all split. Look at the minimap. All three players from NRG in different locations. Breeze is finally going to meet up with Cirque. Ethan is lagging behind as they group up, trying to use the numbers, but there's just so much information available to Astralis on the map. Zip has B, Dupree and Magisk are now clearing out short sewers. Magisk can clear out the stairs and keep eyes on that. So Dupree can just rotate back towards the A bomb site. There's no great option for NRG. One smoke, two flashes.
So the minimum, you do need two smokes on this bomb site to block off the stairs and bank. There's the jump. Glaive survives. Now they're going to try and run him down, but the counter flash is pretty good. Breeze, oh, what an opening. He has to do everything in this game. 25 kills on him. The bomb plants as well, and Megas gets down with the flank, and I mean, that looked unwinnable in that round. I agree. A single smoke, just a perfectly timed flashbang against Glaive, and then the raw power of Breeze.
Well, they had to do a contact play. They couldn't use such little utility. You said it right beforehand. Two smokes to cover up both those major choke points, and if you can't do that, you need to catch him off guard. Glaive trusting his teammate to catch his back, and yeah, Breeze has the stunning double kill. But that second one is all Ethan's flashbang. He is full-blown blind. I believe that was... Actually, I'm not entirely sure who that was. I think it was Glaive, maybe?
Could have been Glaive, yeah.
Either way, he's just way too blind to actually cover his teammates back. It's well played from NRG, but again, feeling too little too late. This must be a run. This must be a run for the ages.
That's the upside, surely, is it would be a completely historic comeback if they can do this. It's not that 14-7 is a scoreline we haven't seen comebacks from, but not at this stage in a major. Like not in this. I mean, well, I can think of the one other, and that's Astralis versus Virtus.pro in Atlanta. That's maybe the only other time something like that has happened. 22nd round, ladies and gentlemen. Someone has to join Breeze. He can't be the only one pushing this team forward. Tarek is thinking about it, but throughout this tournament, they've been so stellar. It's been Cirque, it's been Stanislaw as an individual, as a captain of the team, but as a fragger, has been out of control. One of the big reasons why I thought NRG would probably win this game was that.
Yeah, he's been quiet. We haven't had to call his name a whole lot of times in this series so far. Taking over bathrooms slowly and starting to creep towards the A bomb site, but there was that aggressive stance from Astralis at the B bomb site. We saw them run that exact defensive play yesterday, and it's making NRG very nervous that Astralis can be pushed out of the B bomb site, that they can control so much of that half of the map.
I wonder if Device saw that. I think they saw him, but I wonder if he's seen it. Dupree not wanting to scope so that he doesn't block out his own vision from that far left side. 38 seconds.
We just saw a few rounds back as well, or the second round of this half, how efficient Astralis is with how little they carry into some of these rounds. They have a chance again. Zip with the F4, misses the spray, now completely blind. He's so committed up there, and that should be the opening for NRG.
Look at the time. Nice follow-up. Ethan able to hit the headshot. 16 seconds as Breeze runs onto the bomb shot, shotting people left and right. Gonna get the dinks and then the kills to follow it up at Device now. Just with the Deagle, gets taken out. An 8th round for NRG. Another triple kill for Breeze.
He had a Krieg for those first 2 kills, and he actually picks up his dead opponent's weapon just to hunt down that last one for the triple. 28 frags, 14 deaths. He might get 30 kills in a loss, and in a devastating loss.
Again, it feels like if anyone can even close to match his output right now, then it's doable.
I mean, this is what he's known for in the NA region, though. He is just a mad fragger, and he had that reputation in your FPLs, in your rank S's, that he just, that's a guy who just feels like he can just breathe 30 kills into a game.
Cirque with a bit of a chance there. Breeze goes down to a USP, which is all they have on the Astralis side. So no tricks and no weird mistakes here in this round for NRG. We'll find a 9th round as Glaive is walking into pretty much the entire team. Might be able to flank and get a kill. Cirque actually taking a bit of damage, but Tarek close range will pick him. 9 rounds on the board. And NRG, I mean, they are on the edge of the cliff right now. They can't take any more steps backwards or they'll fall right off.
Still a chance. I mean, that's the thing, even without anyone matching Breeze, if he can continue this form, 5 rounds back. Weapons return into the hands of Astralis. 4 rifles and the AWP on device. They don't have any kits, decent amount of utility. Trying to stop this late run from NRG, this late breath of life in the attacking side. 4 players for NRG at the B bomb site. Triple nade comes in. Cirque uses the cover of the explosions to go for an early peek. He's already up at sandbags. He wants someone to wander into his crosshair, looking for it. And Glaive is cautious, and there was the opportunity. He's missed out on that, but the contact in Monster, Stanislaus found an opening kill.
Second time they win that fight against SIP in a couple of rounds here. It's a great way to build a round. Don't throw it away to any kind of a fight through the smoke. That is not worth it.
This is the problem, though. Look at this play from Glaive. This is so genius.
Yep.
Everyone from NRG has fallen back. Glaive is going to keep pushing, and he's going to have so much information. So even though it's a man advantage for NRG, Astralis can rotate such a difficult defense to break into the perfect position. Magisk is going to leave the B bomb site now. He's going to evacuate and take the gamble. Device into pre out towards long.
We don't yet have stats to display what Glaive is doing right now, but every step comes closer to winning the round. The flashbang for the corner, the 3 going to peek, and they're all blind. He's going to get a quick double. Could have almost been the triple, and now Device is down here. The flick won't connect, but this could be it. Glaive again. Just stepping closer, and they're coming back for him. Glaive, he might get the just reward. They line up, he's getting his breakdown too. That's the bomb down. He wants to peek it, but shoulder peeking it out instead. 20 seconds. The ruination of NRG. 15 rounds for Astralis. What a godlike play from Glaive.
Everything he did that round was the exact perfect call. So much information, the spray down at the end as well, and every time NRG seems to have a chance. I mean, this pop flash play likely doesn't happen without the information that Glaive is providing. It's just so disgusting. Astralis steps ahead of their opposition in the quarterfinals, steps ahead of their opposition here in the semifinals. And Avant-Garde better start preparing for them right now. They await in the grand finals played tomorrow.
Yeah, the message is loud and clear, isn't it? If you don't bring your A game, you don't get to play at all. There's just no room in the server against Astralis for anything less than your best. 15-9. A single round away from facing Avant-Garde in the grand finals here with the StarLadder Berlin Major. And Dupree sitting at the corner. That's another big angle, and they're not even ready for it. They wanted to set up for the smoke. Tarek immediately down. And now Device covering as Magis is still playing close. Would you even expect for there to be a second player out here? They do smoke it off when the shot rings out.